Okay, pages. Making new pages. We've got a few different options we can work with. Up to this point, I've covered a few different things as far as sidebars and this quote up here and some other stuff. Along with pages, we've given you some options, and we have an options page in the back end that you always be able to reference, such as having two column sections of text, what we call drop caps, which you see right here with these A's. It's a drop cap, as well as a way to insert an image with this little frame and then the little title below it if you need to do this. So adding some flexibility to your pages and whatnot. Alright, so I want to go to pages. I think the first thing I want to find is the options page. And just keep this. Obviously don't publish it. Right now it's published or on the front end. Take it out of the menu section. That way you can always go back to it if you want to remember how to use it and that kind of a thing. Alright, first thing we want to look at is the actual sections of text. Actually, no, let me back up. Let me back up a little bit. We went over before your template page in another section, actually two previous videos. But when you create a new page, you're going to want to set what kind of template you want. And for the most part, you have two default to choose from, two pages to choose from. One will be the sidebar page, one will be the default template. These ignore, because these are specific. Blog page, obviously for your blog, board page, contact page. I don't know why you would make an exact copy of your contact page. So if you choose contact as your layout, it's going to look just like this. So I'm not sure why you would have two of those. Okay, so ignore those. What you want to focus on is default template and sidebar template. Remember, if we're using sidebar template, it's doing just that. It's giving you that sidebar that I covered in the previous widgets video. So it's adding the sidebar. If I use default template, it's going to give us full width. No sidebar, full width. So if I come back and refresh this, there we are. We have full width. So that's the difference between it. Those are the two templates when you're making a page. You have to work with full or sidebar. Let's go ahead and put this back to sidebar. Okay. First thing we're going to see, ignore this because this is just typical text, is we have two columns, two halves, two sections of text, half and a half. To do that, you have to use what's called shortcode. Okay, and what you'll see here is one half, one half, one half last. Right? So you actually need to put that shortcode in, starting with the first half, one half. Right? Then your text, and then one half closing tag. That ends this section. So from here, I know this is a little tough right now to understand. You're probably thinking, wow. From this one half to this one half right here is this section. Right here. Now we need to set up this section. That's last. The last half. So you're going to add this text, this shortcode, plus your paragraph information, and then this to close it. Alright? A little hard to understand. Let me also show you one other thing. Here, I'm in HTML mode right now. So the visual, I'm in HTML. So let me come down here and do a new section. I can use the shortcode buttons for that. So if I click one half, see that one half? Here's my text. Now I'm done with my text. I'm going to click one half again. Now look, it closed it. Okay. Then I'm going to do one half last. Do my text. And then one half last again. So see how that works? It's half your first section text, then half last. Now it closed it. Now if I update this, there I am. There's my text, there's my text. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know it's a little weird and hard to understand right now. But if you come into HTML mode, it's probably a bit easier as opposed to copying and pasting. And you would just click on those buttons up there to drop that in. Okay. Okay, now let's look at what we call the drop caps right here, these letter styles. Okay, forget the columns. We're just going to focus on this white one and this blue one. Same thing in HTML mode. We have the little shortcode buttons here. Let's do Charlie is the bestest ever at being the bestest. I know bestest isn't a word. So let's say I want to make C and Charlie look like, you know, one of these boxes, these framed areas. What I want to do is highlight it. Actually, let me put it right in front of the C. I'm sorry. Come to letter. See the letter? Click this. Then after the C, hit letter again. Now what you'll notice is these parentheses, white and then blue. That's because we have a white and we have a blue. Really gray, but you get it. This do section white and blue. So I'm going to go ahead and do a blue one. So what I want to do is delete out the white and just have blue. Update. Come back here, refresh. And there I am. Charlie is the bestest ever at being the bestest. If I want it to be white, I would just, you know, leave the white in there. Or change this one to white. Maybe I don't like the blue after I look at it. Just go ahead and type in white. Pretty easy, right? Okay, now, last but not least, is this framed image and the text. Alright, let's go back in. Same thing, short codes. Let me drop in some generic text here real quick. I'm going to go ahead and put my cursor here. It's where I want the image to go because I'm going to float it. I'm going to click the framed image shortcode button. Going to drop in my text. And now this one, you do not have to go back and click this again. It's going to do it all for you in one shot. All right. Now where you see title image, that's the text that goes below the actual picture. So Charlie is cool. That's my text. Then right in here it says IMG URL. That's where you actually drop in the URL to the picture. So if you uploaded it to your media library, you would need to go to the media library and grab that link out. But I'm just going to grab hers since it's already here. Replace this with this. Let's do an update. Hopefully this worked. Yeah. There we are. We now have a picture, caption, and a nice little cute frame. Okay, that'll take care of that one.